Now let's go to challenge number 5. Okay. And this is one we're all hearing constantly is flexibility and growth. You've got to discuss this with your hiring managers. Allowing employees workplace flexibility is proven to improve employee satisfaction. This, of course, helps solve the challenge of engagement and retention. It just does. But you've got to, it starts at the top. You can be all about it and you can tell your candidates it's gonna exist, but unless you've got the buy-in of your hiring managers, it's not going to happen. So solution number 1 is whenever possible, can you offer remote opportunities or a hybrid model? It is proven that hybrid is working out best, that the total remote is not for everybody, that hybrid is working out best, but remote can decrease cost of commute, improve morale, and reduce stress levels if somebody can function at home. If they can't, there's some people that are too social that need that collaboration, need that interaction. It also helps build trusted commitment, which can increase productivity. LinkedIn has estimated again that 8% of the total workforce will remain remote, where everybody's thinking it's going to be 30 or 40%. Nope, it's leveling off between 7 and 8%, and they don't see it going much higher. And they've got big data and AI to back it up. So they're studying this. And so many companies that went remote have now come back and they're now working hybrid. And you see so many people returning to the workforce. It's like people just took the summer off and now it's kids are back at school, might as well go back to work. So there are more people in the job market right now. And if you hear companies are laying off, don't panic like, oh my God, is there going to be a recession? Get down on your knees and thank God that some companies are laying people off because now you've got more candidates to represent and hire. So again, there's many, many more jobs than there are people to fill them. Solution number 2, consider the broad spectrum of work arrangements. Flexibility encompasses more than providing the option to work from home. To attain or retain the best talent, you might want to consider offering, compressed shifts or work week, like 4 10-hour days, caregiving leave, flexible arrival and departure times. I was working with an owner of a business, and he actually brought me in to train his talent acquisition team. And 2 of their people would run in late both days. I started training at 8 a.m. They would walk in at 9:15, not even apologize for being late. And when they walked out the door, I asked their manager, I go, are they always late? And she said, always late. But they are my 2 best recruiters. They're filling more recs than anybody here. I just can't get them to get to work on time. They don't run out the door at 5. I go, why don't you change their hours? And she was like, I can't. I go, why not? Why don't you have 8 to 5 and 10 to 7? Now you're covered from 8 to 7. And she goes, those are not our working hours. I go, says who? You just want them to work, a working day, check and see if you can. So, and I said, but you got to give the option to everybody in your department. So she gave the option to everybody. Nobody wanted it except the 2 or 3 that were always late. And what she told me recently was, she said, the ironic thing, Barbara, is yes, they come in at 10 and they're there by 10 every day, but they never leave at 8. They're there till there's 10 to 7. They're there till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, calling me, emailing me, because they're night owls. They just don't like the morning. So think about something like that. What about part-time work? Remote work from home or location independence, opportunity for sabbaticals or career breaks, unlimited paid time off. A lot of companies that are offering unlimited paid time off have their people taking less time off. Now, that doesn't work for everybody. You've got to know your company, you got to know your team, but that could be an option. Solution number 3 is realize offering workplace flexibility is essential. Offering some kind of flexibility as a talent management tool will enable your clients and your company to attract and develop talent. Companies that are unwilling to be flexible will lose their ability to attract, hire, engage, or retain top talent. Now remember, flexibility doesn't mean working remote and hybrid. It can mean a lot of different things. Many companies are doing something that I'm seeing recently that's very different, is they're not hiring people for a job. They're hiring the best talent they can get for a project. Because of the person's skill sets, they can do a project that this company has. When that project is over, they look at the skill sets of the candidate, they look at what they're trying to develop, and they assign them to a new project. And people are loving that. They're loving not being stuck in the same job.